Hi, my name is Magda, and I was diagnosed with breast cancer when I was 34 years old. It came at a very unexpected time in my life. I had actually only just gotten married a year ago, and because this was still COVID, my husband and I were actually separated. So he was in Singapore, and I was actually still in Ireland. So it was an incredibly difficult time for the diagnosis because I was actually supposed to join him in Singapore, and we were supposed to start our married life together, and we were supposed to start a family. But because of my diagnosis, it actually got pushed out, essentially. And I think both of us really just didn't know what to do and didn't know what to expect. There is no going back to life before cancer. The only thing that really matters is going forward and understanding that you are changed and your body is changed, and none of what used to be normal applies anymore. So it really is about reclaiming that sort of agency and ownership of your life and your body, physically and emotionally, and finding ways to find joy again in a reality that is just completely different to what we were used to and maybe what we expected that life would be. Something that really helped me when I was thinking about this new journey for myself is, first of all, exercise. There is nothing more important, I think, for us to feel good in our bodies. And it also helps protect us from any other bad things that could be happening. The second thing is the food that we eat. And it's not just about clean eating, but it's also about eating that actually gives us joy. Then the third thing is, how do we connect with other people in a way that gives us the most joy and meaning and the best memories? My biggest concern when I was diagnosed was, am I going to die? Of course. But then secondly, does this mean that I'm never going to become a mother? Because my cancer was quite aggressive, I needed to start chemo immediately after the diagnosis. And luckily, I was able to make time for fertility preservation. So in between getting diagnosed and starting chemotherapy, I was able to do one cycle of IVF with my husband. And as a result of that, we do have embryos that are frozen and they're waiting for us. As I was going through my cancer journey, I started documenting everything. And I started sharing information so that if anybody who was in my situation before would also be able to find that sort of support and information and knowledge that that maybe we were lacking in some way. And that was something that I think is really the most important thing. Just feeling like you're not alone and feeling like you have that sort of support, even if it's not from somebody that you can hold, it's from somebody that you're speaking to off screen. If I were to offer any advice to other women who are going through a similar journey, there is no right path to go through this. Everybody is completely different and everybody's cancer journey is completely different. The most important thing is that you are doing something that makes you feel as comfortable as possible in this impossible situation. Do take the time to rest, to care for yourself, and to demand that from other people if it is possible, from your family, from your friends, any ways that you can get any sort of support. Now is the time to be selfish.